Welcome to the Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup. Hopefully all of you are doing well. Welcome to this one Ascend Tournament Series. I gotta slow down. I just had dinner, had some great food. I'm energetic right now, but this is a great way to get that energy out. Welcome, everybody, back to the Ascend Tournament Series as we've got Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup action. Now, to end our Saturday evening, we start with ECG Storm Syndicate, and then we move on to Geriatric Goliaths Blue and Aura Hornets. So, got two matches for you, both again from this Catalyst Cup division, and should be, in theory, a pretty nice way to end off tonight. So two matches, two bests of fives. That sounds so weird to say it like that, bests of fives, or best of fives maybe, I guess, here tonight, as we'll get this match underway, these matches underway shortly. But to start, it's some old heads on this stream, and by old heads I mean like teams that have been here for a long time. They might actually be that old. I don't know how old they are, but it's ECG and Storm Syndicate, Exploding Cat GIF. We're here for their third straight season. A team that's been around since Season 2. I think they've been around in the Apex Cup before, which then became the Ascendant Cup last season. Now it becomes the Catalyst Cup this season. Doesn't really matter, they've been here every single season. And their runs have been interesting to say the very least, and it's always been a team that has just never been able to make that top group. ECG in Season 2 were fourth out of a group of 6, did not make it to the wildcard situation because they're one step behind than the season after in Season 3 in the Ascendant Cup. They were the 9th place team overall, losing out in the wildcard by one match when they lost to Hornets Vanguard 4-1. Of course, this season they're looking to make it to that top bracket, but this is a very tough division. This is probably the toughest division they've ever had. 24 teams competing. Not 24, 32 teams competing. Sorry, that's 24 is Phoenix. That's how many there is over there. 32 teams competing here this season in this division. That one's not going to be an easy one, but they take on Storm Syndicate, who themselves struggled last season in the Ascendant Cup by also failing to make the wild card. Was running around behind. Back when they were known as the what were they known as? The Mafia? No, they weren't. What were they known as? They were known as the Avengers last season. Midwest Mafia Avengers. They've retaken the Storm Syndicate name, have made a couple changes, adding in Crispy and Dragon. And this roster is going to be looking to be successful this season, looking to make that playoff bracket as well. The group that they are in, I think, is one of the tougher ones, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they're in one of the tougher groups here with KSG Volt, Lunar Lights, Ultra Ego, Americanada. Gonna have a tough group. But to be fair, it doesn't really matter. All these groups are tough. You gotta be in the top half of your group to make playoffs. That is very difficult to do. But, of course, these teams have that opportunity to do just that. They have the opportunity to be solid, to get those top spots, and to obviously fight for, well, where they believe that they should be going into next week. Of course, it is week 1. It's gonna be fun here, and again, later tonight we got another really good match. Aura Hornets taking on the Geriatric Goliaths Blue. Aura Hornets. Hornets have actually been here in this season before. I think they're here Season 1, if I'm not wrong. But they've never been in this Catalyst Cup division. So it's gonna be a fun time, I think, for considering all the teams that we have here showing up to compete. They weren't here in Season 1. What season were they here then? If not Season 1, were they here Season 2? The Hornets were here Season 2, that's what they were. They were here Season 2, where they made a decent run going to the final bracket, made a top 8 finish. But we'll be waiting just a little bit here on updates on how the teams are doing. They should be here on time, though, considering that these are teams that have been here around here for a good amount of time. Oh yeah, we got an update on them. They're going to be here late, actually. One of their players will be resetting their game. So we'll wait a little bit on them to join on in, but it'll be a fun one here as Hypernova, Dragon, and Fox are all in the lobby, so happy to see that. ECG, we'll see who shows up, but it sounds like Saturn's going to be here, which should be no surprise. He's been the captain of this team ever since it was formed back in Season 2. Again, a team that's always just missed out on that final bracket. I'm sure that they have a lot of reasons to want to make it this time around. If they can make top 16, they'll go to that first stage. But it's about making that top 8 that is in that final bracket. It's a tough final bracket to make, too. Again, considering there's 32 teams, this Catalyst Cup has never been more competitive. This level, I should say, has never been more competitive here. So, it's going to be a tough run for all these teams. But they have 7 weeks to prove themselves. This would be a good place to get things started if you're ECG. And again, we'll get things sorted out as well. As yeah, it's going to be a great match here. Again, we are going to get this match open in just a moment. Again, we are having some slight delays, but later tonight, not a big thing is happening later tonight. Lepid is going to be joining us on this stream, so Lepid join us for that Aura Hornets matchup as they take on the Geriatric Goliaths Blue. Hello, Citrus. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. It's nice to see Midwest Mafia back in, even if the team's not named Midwest Mafia. Doing good. Doing good. Again, I'm happy to see you again, Citrus. It's been a long off season. I missed you. But I'm happy that you are back, and happy that Midwest Mafia is back. Again, even if all the teams don't have the Midwest Mafia name, I know which teams are Midwest Mafia teams. It's pretty obvious, considering that they're a lot of the same players that played last season. Makes my life easy. But again, it's nice. It's also nice to get to see some of the older teams come back, even as this league grows exponentially. This season. Way too long to put Midwest Mafia, Storm Syndicate. Well, that's why you guys did MWM Storm Syndicate. That's why you guys did MWM Storm Syndicate. But yes, the Storm Syndicate name is always good. We got to see the other Midwest Mafia team in the Mafia Vendetta not too long ago in their first match. I think Vendetta only did MWM. Nope, they did not. They did Mafia Vendetta. Oh, Vendetta did it as well. Yeah, I think they did MWM No, they didn't. They did Midwest Mafia Vendetta last season. This season they just are now Mafia Vendetta. They got rid of the Midwest part of their name. They got rid of half the org name this season. They're now Mafia Vendetta. But all's good. As we're getting the confirmation, everybody's in the lobby here, out of ECG. So whatever works for them. Hey, whatever works for them. I still call them MWM Vendetta, Midwest Mafia Vendetta. So that's not going to change anytime soon here. But let's get into this match here. As it is actually, who's in the lobby? Saturn is in, Sin is in, Defiance is in. So that is ECG in the lobby with their team of Saturn, Defiance, and I think that's Squubs, by the way, who is Sin. Don't want to take a huge guess, but I think that's Squubs, who's Sin. Squubs, I know for a fact, likes to change his username around, so that wouldn't be the most surprising thing to see that happen. He's done it before on the stream, has confused me. And just knowing that the other player on the roster is J-Dubs, I'm just going to assume J-Dubs hasn't changed his username. Here is ECG on the blue, Storm Syndicate on the orange here, and already off to a good start is Storm Syndicate. Hypernova will take goal 1. And for ECG, a bit of a giveaway there, right to Hypernova. Gonna be the start that they were looking for here, and Storm Syndicate get a goal, get on the board early. It's an ECG team that is definitely beatable. It's always been known as that gatekeeper team to the playoffs. Obviously, they don't want to be known as that team. They want to be a team that actually can make top 8. They've always been a few steps behind that. Thinking about how tough this season's going to be for them. They were one of the last teams to sign up this season. Be happy that they signed up, though, considering that this is one of my favorite teams in ETS, and I have no problem saying that. I am biased in that case, but I love this team. They've been around for a little while, and the origin of this team is just amazing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory what their team name represents, but yeah, this was one of the funny gifts back in the day for ATS. And Saturn and company, who's, by the way, Saturn's been an admin for ATS for a very long time, longer than most of our admins. Really likes that gif, obviously. He's kept it, and that's why this team is now, that's why they're still ECG, Exploding Cat GIF. As Storm Syndicate trying to get that ball outwards. Dragon, who has not been around for a very long time, now overcommitting. Saturn's gonna put in goal 1. And Exploding Cat Gif are on the board. An overcommit from Dragon. And that was all they needed to get that opening. Didn't take too long, did it? To find the back of the net. It's Fox to the back wall. Going to continue their momentous run as Dragon stops it away. Saturn now will go for net. That's off the post. It's going to go in. The ball just finds the goal. And that is a huge change of pace here for them both. A necessary goal. And it's ECG now. Still up in the lead, but by 1. As ECG trying to keep the offense going. Hypernova. Up to the sidewall will be, again, I think it's Squubs. Demo's on the backfield here. Saturn's not even going to challenge. As Dragon will go downfield. Off the corner. Saturn will collect. From Syndicate still in the offense. And I believe we've seen Dragon in ATS before. I think it was here two or 3 seasons ago. On Midwest Mafia. Or back maybe even before when they were known as NOLA Flight. Whatever it is, it's always good to see some returning faces. Dragon has definitely been in ATS before. I'm almost certain of that. It was almost certainly like, it was definitely not last season. He was not here last season. I don't think he was here the season before that either. So always nice to see kind of a returning player after such a long time off. Especially one like Dragon who was, you know, pretty good even at the time when he was playing. Oh, but what a shot from Fox. He's not a new player at all to us. He's been around here for a very long time. And being a Rocket League analyst himself, that is a beautiful strike. Great little pop-up play. And Storm Syndicate tying this game at 2 goals each. And Exploding Gatgift not taking too kindly to that. Defiance. Stopped away by Hypernova. Now goes Squubs. Demoed away. Dragon. Oh, it's a very weak touch. Fox will jump in to help him. The follow-up shot, ECG. Facing that pressure very early on here as Hypernova. Get that stop, but has been forklifted out of the way. Now Dragon getting a little bit of a bump as well. Here goes Fox. Dragon. Hypernova. That's a great little touch, but it's cleared back by Defiance. Now Defiance again. Flipper reset. Will go for the fake. Fox on the save. And up goes Squubs for the clear away play. Won't really go to Dragon as Defiance once again. Push it all the way out. Fox. From Syndicate. A lot of bumps right now. Feels like that rotation just isn't fully polished right now for them. Into a lot of awkward plays where they run into each other. They're not really covering everything perfectly. Oh, that's going to be a tough shot to cover. Especially when a play like that just works so beautifully. Little air dribble into the back of the net. Hypernova just can't get enough out of a reach on it. And it's ECG with a 1-goal lead as we near the end of Game 1. And then this series, see itself continue. Demo in the midfield. Taps up high as Dragon. Oh, and he's mishandled this one. Free chance in front for Saturn, but ECG will keep to it as Defiance. Fox. Off the sidewall, it's Hypernova. Fox again, challenged by Defiance. Trying to recover onto it, but will not get a shot in. Storm Syndicate can traverse the field, but they may have gotten a bit too overconfident in there, a bit overzealous maybe, as they now need to go back again. Saturn in space. Fox demoed away, but it's Hypernova's clear. That'll give Storm Syndicate maybe a little bit of hope to come back into this game. As Fox up the back wall, it's just a free bounce in front. Dragon's gonna take it. It's a tie game at 3 each. With a light touch from Fox, but for that last player back, hesitation, did not want to jump early. It's a tough read off the back wall, but it's when you gotta go for early because those attackers are gonna jump faster than you think. And Storm Syndicate will get the goal back, but they may have a bit more pressure than they've been asking for here, because ECG already on offense again. To the back wall. Fox will clear it away. 10 seconds to go. Defiance won't reach it. Dragon will pinch across the field, but will be a little bit collected there as Saturn Pizza now. Flip resets to the back wall, hits the floor. This game is tied at 3 each. We go to overtime in game 1. These teams, again, I mentioned it as well on social media that they are the team of old heads. These are very experienced rosters with very experienced players. And again, I take that old heads line kind of seriously, actually, because these are players that are very experienced in this league. They know what they're doing. They know how to make things happen, as ECG nearly overcommitted out of their nets. Everybody was pushed up in the wrong spots. The rotation doesn't fall apart for them here as that's in the back wall. Air dribble away as 2 go for exploding cat gift. Dragon. Fox waiting. That shot will be cleared out by Saturn. Storm Syndicate just trying to keep control of this, just trying to slow this game down. It doesn't really help that they don't have a lot of boost here. Hypernova will be there, and exploding cat gift now can start some offense. Dragon leaves it for Fox. Saturn. The back wall, cleared away again. Catgift. Gonna settle the midfield, but that's a bad touch. Left waiting by Defiance. Left his teammates. It left his teammate in a horrible position, but thankfully the save comes through. And Storm Syndicate will need to try again, as that shot's gonna be on target. Defiance on the save. In goes Dragon! Oh my, that's on the line! I didn't know if they were gonna get a good shot on that or not. Dragon jumped a mile ahead of that bounce. Almost misread it in the first couple moments. Then finally got enough on it, and he just hit the bar and went off the line. Putting Catgift. I've had a couple close calls so far this game. A couple scares. From Syndicate. Should be making them fearful at this point. Had far too many opportunities to not score at least one of them. As Dragon. The corner, Saturn. Will find a teammate on the outplay here. Defiance waiting midfield. Is he the option? No, he's not. Will be kept out. And Dragon's gonna clear, and I don't think Defiance is gonna be very happy with how that offense worked out, because he was open in the midfield for a pass. It was a great opportunity, and one that absolutely could have been used better had Defiance been the target of that play. Instead, ECG will need to try again. This is a great opportunity in front. Defiance can't get the shot. Dragon, dunked by Saturn. Storm Syndicate. Get rid of that pressure once again, as they're just jumping up early for some of these plays. It's a lot more panicky from Storm Syndicate, and a lot more jumpy too. They're not nearly as patient as they were before. The amount of time this overtime has taken so far might be a factor into that. As a bump in the midfield, it's open! Hypernova! We'll see it fall straight to him! And Storm Syndicate take game 1. Hypernova, who made this play happen in the first place, will just watch the ball fall straight back down to him, and with an open net, he's not missing. MWM Storm Syndicate take game 1. Also, I haven't got an update on ECG on who Sin is in lobby. I thought that was Squubs. I think that's actually Squubs. That's Kana. Oh, that's Kana. Or is I think Sin here. So that's Kana, actually. That is not Squubs. That is Kana. Who now goes by Mawson. Got it. There we go. That helps us out now. That is not Squubs. That is Mawson. That will make things a lot easier for us to learn here. So we're going to have to get a little bit of a fix-up on that one. But that is a player on their roster. At least we now know who is who. as we'll go into game number 2 here. Storm Syndicate off to a strong start here. After game 1, a long overtime though, it felt very jumpy. But with, at the end of that overtime for Storm Syndicate, I think they'll be very happy to see that ball just fall into their favor. They had to work hard for it, but they didn't have to have exactly precise offense to get that goal. Testament to the fact that in this game, it's not about beautiful plays that's going to score. It's going to be just the dirty ones. It's going to be anything that can get yourself a goal. Little bump in front, and again, it's dirty plays like this. Hypernova getting the ball on Saturn. Defiance can't really read it. And Dragon with an open net to look at. And Storm Syndicate with a goal early on. As Hypernova, he's actually not going to be able to beat this one. But it goes back to Fox, and Vines will be able to recover. As now he goes again, looking for the back post! Fox takes it! And Storm Syndicate will now go up 2-0. It's a very well-placed shot, too. That is not an easy angle when you have two defenders crossing against you like that. You have to shoot in between them. That is no easy place, and especially with how little time there was to shoot as well. And that is a split, that's a second decision. Made very well here by Storm Syndicate. There's a reason why they're now leading by 2 goals. As Dragon nearly almost made it free. Saturn's gonna go outwards here. Up goes Sin. Dragon off the back corner. Fox. Defiance. Hypernova. Jump in on this, but be Saturn on the ball. Dragon unable to win that challenge as Fox will go back. Dunk by Defiance, and we've had a disconnect here. Dragon's just left the lobby. That was very sudden. And for Storm Syndicate, unfortunately for them, now stuck playing 2v3. And this is a bad time to do it too, and you're leading by 2 goals. They have a buffer, but yeah, they need Dragon back, and there he is. Dragon's already back in. Left for a second, he's already come back in. That disconnect isn't going to hurt him too badly, and we'll keep this game going as Sin to the back wall, looking for some sort of setup play. He wasn't ever going to get the double tap on it. At the very least, it could have been a passing attempt for a teammate, as of what this Storm Syndicate team's doing. They're moving like a roster, they're playing like a roster. It just is a team right now. This is a full team from Storm Syndicate working together, and it really does just look that's good. Oh, that's a bad touch. But a save on the goal line, and immediately Storm Syndicate will look to getting this one outfield and going to offense again. Hypernova without any boost. Saturn's going to clear it back. Sin on the redirect. Dragon's got to get there. Dunk by Saturn. Still in front. Hypernova will have that last touch. Keep it away. And I like this from Storm Syndicate. They're not panicking too badly either, considering that this team is able to follow each other up on these very tough saves. Because when it comes to making saves on the goal line, it's not about just making blocks. It's about getting that ball out of your own half. And when you have teammates behind you who can do that job, put so much less pressure on you as the goaltender. And it really does make your defense work so much more efficiently. Storm Syndicate, that defense has been crucial to their win here, to their winning ways here in Game 2. Hasn't been a win just yet. Still 2 minutes to go. And Exploding Cat Gif analyzing this game as it has been so far. Dragon react well to this one as Fox goes to net. Stopped by Defiance. Saturn. Upfield again by Hypernova. Now it's Hypernova again. Gets through Sin. Saturn's gonna be there for it. And Storm Syndicate. They're the ones that have to keep that offense going as Dragon. Hypernova can't hit the net. And ECG still on defense, just can't get the ball out, can't even get enough boost to get to those challenges in time. It's a losing battle right now for ECG. They gotta find something miraculous to get out of here. Maybe this clear from Saturn will do it. Sin already up, can he get through Hypernova? He won't, but it does fall straight to Saturn. ECG with maybe some help on offense now, but that hope is immediately dashed as Fox will take the ball away, and Dragon will cookster pinch it down. Storm Syndicate not taking a defensive position as an answer. It's all about possession, it's all about control right now. And Exploding Cat Gif cannot seem to find an answer. It is defense right now for ECG. And it's only defense. They cannot win the midfield. They cannot win the offense. Follow-up shot. Sin's gonna save. Here goes Fox. That's gonna find the net. And for Storm Syndicate, it was only a matter of time. Offense, offense, and more offense. Eventually, something would break. Storm Syndicate now have guaranteed a win here in Game 2. As Defiance will move again, it's now Dragon. Pattern needs to be a bit more careful as from Syndicate. Hypernova. Go off the corner, and for ECG, it's a battle that has already been lost. It's almost made even worse with that shot from Hypernova clanging off the post. But it won't matter. 3-0 or 4-0, it doesn't make a difference. This is Storm Syndicate with their best game so far. And ECG stood no chance to stop them as it will in 4-0. 0 seconds. Hypernova will get his goal at last. And that's going to be a nice little end to Game 2. And Storm Syndicate will be happily taking match points already early on in this series. They went away from taking the win here in a 3-0 sweep. And what a great, night it has been so far. Game 3 just ahead of us. Well, tonight has been quite the night so far. It's our first of, again, 2 straight matches. It's a doubleheader Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup night. Storm Syndicate, 1 game away. Caster Curse? What Caster Curse? I don't think I've cursed anybody just yet, son. Unless you guys are trolling me. Honestly, you wouldn't be the first people that troll me with saying something silly in chat. And people are very good at getting me off topic sometimes. There's some people who are great at it. Anyways, we go into Game 3, and Storm Syndicate win this series in a field sweep. Would be an electrifying start to their season. Especially against a team that they know relatively well, since they've had to play in the same division as a couple times already. But it's going to be a tough battle here as Saturn with a huge block early on. And everything he had just to get there, but Storm Syndicate on the offensive play again, and we saw before just how good they are controlling that midfield. One challenge is they've scored goals off of this midfield alone, and it's going to happen all over again as Hypernova with the tap-in finish. And Storm Syndicate goal early as Mawson just can't get up on that one to get it away. It's still in front. That's where Hypernova comes in to clean up the effort. As Game 3 off in favor of this Storm Syndicate side. They'll look for another Dragon. Not able to get through Mawson as double commit for Storm Syndicate. Should leave some open space here, but Hypernova still goes for it. Off the back wall, Hypernova's got 2 commits. But will be cleared away as Storm Syndicate, once again, it's Fox, stopped by Sin. Dragon, booped out of the way as and Catgif can still keep asking Saturn. Fox. Defiance. ECG just cannot get out of defense. Now they will, but what can they make of this? Infield play to Sin. It's a very fortuitous bounce, and Storm Syndicate is not exactly a big fan of where this ball is right now. Dragon's got to get the block. Hypernova. Play is coming in here for ECG. That's rolling in front. Another touch for Sin. And Defiance nearly crash in for ECG's first of the game. Dragon doesn't have it! It's a giveaway! And Rue is right there, but Mawson. Dragon with a rare panic play in front, and it's a straight giveaway to Sin. From that close, he's not missing. ECG are bounced back, and it's tied at 1 each. From Syndicate, a rare moment of pure terror, it felt like, in this game. And they've usually been so good at being able to get to each other, read each other's play. There you could, you could tell. Sin just didn't have a good read on it, as now a miss on the back wall, and it's gonna be Fox. Well, it's a miss on one end from a Syndicate player. Now it's a ECG player who can't seem to read the back wall, and it's Fox who scores on Sin. As explained, Catgift down by 1 again. Half the game still to go. Mistakes. A big difference maker right now. As Fox can't get that touch there, and could be a breakaway chance for ECG. Mawson to the back wall. Nobody back to defend. That second touch finds Defiance, but Dragon added the entire length of the way. Had no boost. Almost no boost in the tank. But knew exactly where that play was heading. And knew exactly what was going to happen if he didn't go for it early enough. It's a chance we've seen all game, but a great defensive effort from Dragon. But Catgift robbed of, again, tying this game as goes again. Dragon. Defiance. Bumped out of the way. Now Hypernova. Left flying up for Fox. Hypernova again on the dribble to the back wall. The player in front for Fox, but too slow. And an outlet pass. Sin can't hit the nets. And another big chance for ECG. And Sin was in the right spot. It was perfect communication to get that pass over to him. They just need to put the shot on target. As Dragon up midway, now it's Fox's chance. Nice little fortunate bounce too, as Fox is going to keep this one going. Saturn will be there, but a double commit for ECG. And yeah, Saturn's going to have to work hard to get that ball out. Only see Storm Syndicate waiting in the way as Dragon set up Fox. Now he goes again in the midfield. With Defiance who will wait under this. And it's Storm Syndicate who will take the ball away. Fox. Nice little touch there as Sin has the save. Defiance to the back wall. ECG need a goal now more than ever. Hypernova. Dragon. Half a minute to go and ECG still down by 1. Defiance keeps moving. Second touch, but can't get around Hypernova. Excellent Gatgift sent everybody upfield for that one. Now they recover. Sin. They'll look for the midfield, but Hypernova's got the early save. Defiance. I think was looking for Saturn to challenge. Now he will, but it's a bit too late. And Explain Catgift still don't have offensive possession. Defiance to shoot this. Dragon's gonna have the block. Maybe one more chance for Exploding Catgift. Saturn keeps it alive. Hypernova to hit the floor. And it is Midwest Mafia Storm Syndicate who win in week 1 in a Frio sweep. 3 games for Midwest Mafia, all of them wins. And tonight's will be a sweep in favor of MWM. As a seasonal beginning, and a good start for Midwest Mafia Storm Syndicate. And 2 teams that have been battling here since the very beginning of this event, it feels like. Give credit a strong start, especially a field sweep at this early in the stage against a team like ECG. I mentioned ECG feels like a gatekeeper team. I think you can sweep them. It means a lot more now than ever. Oh, field sweep. And this night started off with a banger of a match. Earlier today, we had another match in KCG Quickie, Optimal Flame. They went to Game 5, Optimal Flame winning that one. We have one more match later tonight, Geriatric, Goliaths Blue, and Hornets. And a positive start as we are going to get Hypernova to join us here. So, welcome in Hypernova, a 3-0 sweep against the Exploding Cat GIF side. You and them have been around for a while here in this league. To get to play against them again, to get to see what it's like. What a start to your season, though. 3-0 sweep, you take down this team. I've mentioned before that this ECG team always feels like a gatekeeper team, one that is kind of the difference between making playoffs and not making it. You guys have swept them here. I mean, you couldn't have asked for much better, right?
Yeah, I'm really happy with our gameplay this week. We really showed up to play. I think that this is definitely a really good matchup. Like they kept it close a lot of the times, and we were definitely like we weren't super obviously gonna win, but it was good showing from us. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. And you said it wasn't very obvious. Game 1 was a very long overtime. What was it, 3 minutes of overtime? It was a long overtime for you guys.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Game 1, because it felt like once Game 1 ended, ECG just couldn't recover. You guys went off to the races.
Yeah. Game 1 was a lot of back and forth blows. We were just the team lucky enough to get the overtime goal, and we just kept that momentum going through Game 3.
As you said as well, you kept that momentum going. Well, with that being Week 1 done and over with, tell me about your season, your hopes for it in the future. Because I mean, you guys have never been able to make it all that far in playoffs. I don't believe. I believe you guys had made playoffs like once or twice, but you guys have always had a tough time making it to that final bracket. Talk to me about this season. It's a very tough season, 32 teams, but you're one of the few teams that has a ton of experience in this league. Talk to me about the advantage that has, and especially your hopes in being able to, break the deadlock, get to the playoffs, and get to that top 8, which I'm sure is what you guys are hoping for.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've played in ATS quite a few times, but it's always been pretty tough. But I don't know, we got a good team going. Got some good chemistry. We've got a couple of roster changes because there are a couple people that we usually play with that are gotten too high to play in this league. So, but we're still playing very well. Really like to see Dragon and Fox out there with me, and we got our sub Crispy, and the 4 of us have been really killing it lately. Really hoping for a win. Would love to see our name up in the ATS banner. But it can only take it 1 week at a time.
And it's a 7-week season. It's a very long season and a very tough playoff bracket to make. Again, there's 32 teams this season in this catalyst. We've ever seen it at this level, and there's only 6 team spots open. Even though our playoffs have grown, it is tougher now more than ever to make to that playoff bracket. So you guys have quite a tough run to make for yourselves, but you're off to a good start. A very good start here as well. So again, it's looked pretty good so far, but of course, your night, your seasonal run has only just begun. Before you leave here, Hypernova, before you go and celebrate the win with the rest of your teammates, is there anything else you want to say? Any shoutouts, any other messages you want to give out there before you go and enjoy the rest of your night?
Shout out to Midwest Mafia and Citrus. Great org. Just a bunch of great guys, and always supporting us, and so shout out to them. Shout out to my teammates. Great game today. Yeah. Let's go Midwest Mafia.
Yeah, no, Midwest Mafia back in for another season, and a good start for MWM Storm Syndicate. Congrats on your win here, Hypernova. Have an amazing rest of the night, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Sporty.
Hypernova joining us here. A fail sweep for Storm Syndicate as they take down Exploding Cat GIF. So that ends our first match of the evening. We still got a lot more. Again, if we take a look at our schedule here, it is Geriatric Goliaths Blue taking on Hornets. So, on the best of 5, another match in the Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup. We're going to be back with that match after this quick break. Welcome back to the Ascend Tournament Series, everybody. Hopefully we're doing well during that little break, but we're back from our Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup action. Joining me here is a fellow director of mine in Lepid. How you doing, Lepid? It's nice to see you here. You get to join the stream.
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing great. And how are you feeling about this match? Is this going to be a great match for you as well? Because I feel like this is going to be the match that people should be watching for.
I do think this is going to be the best match of this week. I just see it being very competitive, probably going to game 4 or 5 all the distance.
Of course, as I hope so as well. This is going to be an amazing day of action. We've already had some amazing matches earlier today. It's been a long day for ATS action on this stream. We had a Game 5 between Optimal Flame and KC Quickie, where Optimal Flame was able to come out with the victory. Then we just saw Storm Syndicate sweep Exploding Can't Give. Now we get Geriatric, Goliaths, Blue, or Hornets. And this Hornets team has been here before. They were here in the Ascension Cup in Season 2, where they were able to make a top 8 finish. Now they take on Geriatric, Goliaths, Blue, a very new team to this event, but one that that is expected to do pretty well. Is going to have to hold up their own against teams like this.
I do fully agree with you, Sporty. This is going to be very interesting to see what happens because, as you know, Rocket League is by day, and some teams can have an off day. So we might see a sweep, we might not. Just depends on what we see on the field.
As you said as well, it could be a lot of different things here in this matchup. It's gonna be a fun tournament. I'm expecting it to be a very fun one. And this Catalyst Cup, we already know it. It's a very competitive division. 32 teams. Simply put, not an easy night. Not an easy run for anybody here. You got to be in that top half of your group. It's the toughest division of all of them. These teams are here for a reason. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. I'm very excited.
As you said as well, I'm excited. But before we kind of get into this match, before we get into this, I know you've told me beforehand that that you are expecting the Hornets to be the favorite in this match. They are definitely the favorite in this match. What do you expect to see out of this Hornets roster? Because you know this team pretty well. You've seen them a good couple of times. Is there something about this Hornets team that you think that people should look out for? Because we haven't seen them in a little while in ATS. I don't think a lot of people actually knows this team very well.
So honestly, their offensive game is very strong. Like, they will pass it. They will also do mechy plays because one of them are very mechy. I obviously don't know who's going to show up today for this match for them, so it could be any number of things. But their offense is usually pretty strong. They struggle on defense a lot, which is their biggest weakness, I would say.
Yeah, as you said as well, it definitely can be a weakness for a lot of people here. But for this Geriatric Goliaths team, we haven't seen them very much. They are a low-seeded team, though. So rank-wise, they actually have a disadvantage in rank. They're not a very high-ranked team in this grouping. So they actually have a lot to prove here in this Week 1 match. But also important with that is how important is Week 1. Leopard, you know how important Week 1 is in a lot of leagues. And I keep mentioning it's the week and it's your first match where you are able to not only prove what you are made of, but actually get the ball rolling. Well, that's what matters in Rocket League, and you know this just as well as anybody else does. Just how important it is to get a good start, to get that first win, because it could set up yourself for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's very important. It's okay if you lose, though, because there's obviously the rest of the season, but the first week sets you up for a successful season as well. So there's a lot of pressure onto both teams just to get a good start, but it's just best to perform on Week 1.
It is. It makes your life so much tougher when you lose in Week 1. That's the thing about it. That's why winning here is so important for so many people here, as we are going to get this match underway soon. But it's going to be a interesting match nonetheless here, as we'll already in the lobby. Just a moment. But again, I'm excited for this. It's going to be a good series. And again, it's going to be, I think, a good match here. As we are getting, just going to let everybody going to get into the lobby. But As we are going to just get a quick question here. Alright, we got an answer. There's a player in the lobby known as Parky. That is Shirky. So that would make a lot of sense. That will help us out here. And who is who? That is Shirky. It is! Okay, that's their username on their tracker as well. So at least it's verified. We'll get this match underway, but before we go into this, Lepid, what do you think people should know about this match before we're going to get into this one?
I think it's going to be a very close series. We're going to see very back and forth. Both teams are struggling on defense. Like, it's going to be very slow.
You think it's going to be a very offense-first kind of series? I mean, we've seen a lot of that already today, so why not get another one here? Our last match here on the mainstream this evening is Geriatric Goliaths Blue taking on the Aura Hornets of Aralis Esports. And the Hornets were here 2 seasons ago in the Ascension Cup. They have since moved up a division and now in the Catalyst Cup. And they take on Geriatric Goliaths, a very new team to the block, but it's one team and the other here in the Catalyst division. Our last match of the evening, Aura Hornets on the blue, Geriatric Goliaths blue on the blue, with a match ahead of us here. Hornets gonna try to get things going. Up infield pass for Phantom. Clarky unable to get that second touch, and trying to friend of you out there. Clarky is Shirky. It's a different username, but the same person. And it is a match with their tracker as well, as in comes Boy Killer. We'll get that clear away, but Clarky clears it back again. Shirky to the corner. Vast, the longtime captain of this Hornets roster, and one of the long-standing members as well, will go for yet another clear here, but it's only as far as Ares. Goliaths off the back wall, looking for an infield play. In goes Boy Killer, and GG Blee scores first in the series.
As we can see, Ares just dusts one of the defenders of Hornets on the back line, and that just creates an easy opportunity on offense for the Goliaths. And we see them start off with a kickoff win, but Vast is back on the ball. But Parky able to miss it. Clarky back on the ball. Tries to put a center for his team, doubles it for Phantom, and good clear from Boy. Parky back on the ball. Vast decides to fake challenge. Brings it off the wall, but Parky bringing it past both defenders. Vast able to get over one. Goes as far as Boy. Boy takes control, and Ares gets a bump on Vast. Parky bringing it back to the other side of the field, and Parky keeping control of the ball, tries to get past Parky, is able to do that. Ares is awkward. Phantom with an early challenge, Vast on the ball, good clear from Boy. Clarky's the only one back, and he takes possession off the backboard, trying to do a full field air dribble, gets it over one, blast over, and Boy with a good save. Clarky double commits with Phantom, the ball is going back, Vast is up, tries to put it center for his teammate. No one's on the ball, so he goes again. Open net. Phantom steals a goal, and they're tied.
Yeah, and it's our Hornets team, and I was about to mention, the last time we saw this team, they were known to be a very defensive roster. Obviously, since then, things have changed. It's a different play, much more aggressive team, and they're really taking control of the offense early on in this series. It's a good sign for this Aura Hornets team that they're able to take offense and take a more aggressive position early on in the series, because for the Goliaths, I mean, they're up in the lead, but that aggressive positioning is going to only benefit you as long as you're able to hold that midfield well. And this Aura Hornets team, they have the talent to make things happen, and playing aggressively early is really going to help them out, as Clarky will put in a second, and in the matter of less than 30 seconds, from 1 goal down, the Hornets are 1 goal up.
One of the defenders of Goliaths got an awkward touch, which allowed Clarky just to punish the Goliaths for that touch, and we see the Hornets just able to punish over and over again. This is very awkward, but good clear from Boy. Fast over to Clarky. Clarky takes control to the middle, but Ares is there waiting. Fast, bang it down the field. Parky passed one. Clarky banged it up, and Boy takes control, gets it past one. Ares gets it, pops it up for Boy, but he gets bumped in the process. Clarky back on the ball, pitches it center, and Parky is able to clean it up, put it in the open net, and ties it up once again.
Sharky with the finisher there. It's tied at 2 each. An unfortunate challenge for Clarky, but that's the risk you take as a defender when you go into the corner like that, because there really is only one way for that ball to go, and that is out in front of your own net. You're not going to win the challenge the other way around, so it's a very tough place to go, and it's why some of the defenders choose not to challenge back there. because it only serves to have you commit out of the play and have that ball end up in a perfect spot for your opponents. But Clarky took his chance, wanted to push that ball upfield. He's now realized why that may not be such a good decision to do it again. As Clarky goes for a shot off the back wall, in comes Vass, gonna take the lead, and he's dropped it in front and put it in the net. Aura Hornets on a tough angle take the lead again.
What a pass from Clarky off the backboard. Vass is able to pre-jump. No one on the defense of the Goliaths was able to jump up because of that, and that just led to a lead for the Hornets. And Vass goes back on the ball, misses it, but good challenge from Clarky onto Aries. And now we're to the slow game, but it goes as far as Fathom off the backboard. Clarky misses the ball, and Parky misses. Vass able to bang it over to one of his teammates, but it's back in the corner. And Boy takes control, tries to get it past Clarky. Clarky and Vass gets a teamwork down the field, and Aries able to take it off his backboard, brings it over to the sidewall where his team is waiting. Vass takes control of the ball, pitches it off the ceiling over to his teammate Clarky, but Boy is there, passing it over to Parky, and Clarky has to go back. Clarky over to Vass, but Aries intercepts it. Vass gets demoed. Clarky able to clear it, relieves pressure from the Hornets side of the field, and Goliaths clear this ball. 1 minute remaining. Vass takes it up into the air, gets it over Parky. Tries to pitch it center, but Fathom's there waiting instead. Boy gives it over to Aries. Aries takes it past Clarky. Boy and Vass is up. Boy pushes it off the corner, puts it center for Parky, but it's off target. That's on. Clarky with a clear. Everyone on the defense of Goliaths was trying to get back, and Boy cuts it, puts it on a shot on Fathom with a good save.
Oh, that was a tough save as well for Phantom, because that is a very well-made shot. It's got the power, it's got the placement, especially. Goliaths Blue are going to need to do a little bit more to beat this Aura Hornets team. Again, this was a roster that used to be known to be quite defensive, so defense not exactly going to be their biggest issue, especially when the Goliaths are making much bigger mistakes. Whiff on the backfield here, I think from Aries. No, it's Boy Killer who just missed it. And it's a 2-goal lead for Aura, and surely that will shut down game 1. And the Oralis GG side will take the start of the series.
There's still time left, but it's cutting down. 10 seconds left. It goes off the backboard. Vass is there waiting, puts it down the field, but Boy able to catch the ball, puts it off the backboard for his teammate, but good clear from Phantom. Aries catches it. Clarky puts it down, and Aura Hornets take game number 1.
Oralis GG off to a good start here. Aura Hornets with a start that they were looking for. Again, a team that took a season off to reassess themselves, coming back in this season. And again, they've changed from a defensive to an aggressive style, and you can see that offense on full display with what we saw out of Clarky in the midfield, winning challenges, getting to the ball, really doing the dirty work for this Hornets side, and getting 2 goals and 1 assist with it. Aura Hornets better be thanking Clarky, because this was a great performance from him, really showing that if you just get down and do the dirty work, it will go in your favor. It will work for you.
It will indeed. And Clarky has been the star player in the past for Hornets in for example, Royalty Series. I've seen him play, and time again, he has been the star player, which if the Goliaths want to take a game off, or even this series, they have to shut down Clarky and the team plays from the Hornets.
As here we go into second game of this best of 5 series, and the action's still here. Aura Hornets taking game 1, kind of ran away with it at the end of that game, but it was relatively close up to that point. And for the Goliaths, it felt like they just were stuck on defense more. They just get that ball out. They need to find a little bit more breathing space. If they can buy some room here against the Hornets, they're going to be successful. They've proven to us last game. I don't think they're a team that's far from being out of the series. They don't look outplayed. They don't look outpaced. This looks like a team that just didn't have the space they needed to make things happen last game. In this one, they're going to have to find that space. They're going to have to buy it themselves. The Hornets aren't going to give it to them for free, but the Hornets have proven they're definitely not a team that's without their mistakes, without their issues at times. And for the Goliaths, if they can stay close to play, they can absolutely exploit whenever the Hornets make a misstep.
Good clear from Vast, able to get over to the other side of the field. Vast goes again, wins the 50. It goes up, but Boy first one to the ball, but he misses. Clocky up, puts it off the corner for one of his teammates. Phantom is up, Aries with a good save. And Vast back on the ball, puts it over wide, and the offense continues for the Hornets. Aries able to clear it and tries to get over to one of his teammates. It's a little bit too far, but Vast is up for the shot, and Boy with a good save.
A lot of offense here for our Hornets and a lot of testing that back line, but the back line, you mentioned it, has stood very tall here for the Goliaths. They'll keep on fighting for it, but for the Hornets, things are going to get a bit more annoying for them. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see them mixing a bit more of that enforcer play, going for a couple bumps, really make the defense out of the Goliaths work just to get into the right position, rather than just having to make those saves in the first place. But the Goliaths, they got out of that chance. They'll get out of a sticky situation, out of defense. The ball we pinched back in, but they definitely have proven already. Their defense is definitely able to keep up with this Aura Hornets offense. And now it's still about being able to relieve that pressure, because things are going to pop as Phantom drops it in. Got over 2 attackers out of the Goliaths, and it's the Hornets with goal 1.
What a pass from Vast. He was able to bang it off the awkward corner in the corner to make it awkward for the defensive Goliaths, and it was able to clear the path for Clarky. Clarky up again, but Aries with a good block, and Vast on the ball. Good dunk from Aries. Parky's up, gets beat out from Phantom. Boy up, tries to put a shot on. It's weak. Both defenders are up. Phantom gets a pass from Clarky, puts a shot on. Good save from Parky. Tries to get over Clarky, and Boy gets demoed after getting a touch on the ball from Clarky. And Phantom up, puts it there for Vast. Vast tries to get past Boy, gets a bad 50 in the process, but Parky is there for the ball, and Clarky tries to put his center, but good clear from Aries over to Parky. Parky gets as far as Vast, and good demo from Clarky. Vast back on the ball, leaves it for Phantom. Phantom gets it past Aries. Over another Boy there, last man back, able to get a pass. Goes for a reset, goes over one, and Vast able to clear it away. Parky tries to get a center for his teammate, but Clarky able to bang it down the field. Aries over to Boy, and Phantom tries to bring it back center for his team, but no one's there waiting, and Parky able to pinch it out of their half.
And it feels like this game has been more defensive from the Hornets, and it's from one player, really. It's from Vast, who's been playing all-time goalkeeper. Whenever they're on defense, Vast has been waiting back. I think a lot of it is him realizing that Forever Clarky is setting up plays, and he doesn't really need to push up too high, but maybe I spoke too soon, because in comes Vast, and a second goal for the Hornets here as Clarky setting up the play once again. And even though Vast might be playing the more defensive role, been sitting back a lot more, you can't argue with what Forever Clarky is doing. He is setting up plays, he is doing the dirty work, and the Hornets are successful because Clarky is looking like the best player out there right now.
He is indeed, but we can't count out the other players of Hornets because they have been doing a fantastic role giving the ball to Clarky to create those offensive pressures and get goals to happen. But we see Goliaths trying to get a goal on the scoreboard. The ball gets over to Phantom. Phantom dribbles it over one, but it's stuck in the corner. Vast tries to put it to midfield, but Clarky's there waiting. It bounces off the corner, but good block from Parky. Able to get away from Clarky, and Vast tries to put it to mid for Phantom. Phantom puts it off the sidewall, goes for the sidewall double. It goes off the backboard. Parky able to clear it down, and Vast is back there waiting, pitches it, and takes control, puts it mid for Phantom, but good block from Aries, but it's awkward. The ball's rolling back mid. No one's there on the side of Hornets, but it's okay, they're up by 2. Clarky tries to put a shot on. Aries with a good block. Vast over to the backboard. Clarky's there waiting and scores!
3 goals for the Hornets, and it's Shirky who's going to have the spotlight on him here for that whiff off the back wall. A gift to Forever Clarky. And I don't think of any player who's more deserving of a goal at this point, but for the Hornets, it's even more important about that. 3 goals up with less than 30 seconds left. I don't see the Goliaths coming back from this one, meaning that for the Hornets, for a second straight game, have really taken over late and have really made this game their own. Not only, as long as this game stays as it is, They're only going to be one game away from taking this series, and I feel sweep for having yet another sweep here tonight as a pre-jump for Vast, trying to read that play upfield, but Hornets aren't going to get it. They don't need it. They don't care. This game is over. This series is well in their favor now, and they're only one game away from winning here against Geriatric Goliaths Blue.
Indeed. The defense was struggling for a little bit on the Hornets, but Goliaths just didn't know how to punish the Hornets for their mistakes. Like, that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing out of Goliaths. Like, they could score multiple times, but Hornets was able to get out of the pressure that Goliaths was handing them and just creating offensive pressure for their own.
It feels like they just haven't been able to, as you said, get the right footing in. As we're gonna get a server reset here, call here from one of these teams. So a little bit of extra time in between these two games here, Lepid. It feels like right now that this Aura Hornets team can't do anything wrong. But you said it, they have been making mistakes. Where do you think that the Goliaths can take full advantage of this team and the mistake that they're making?
Just trying to be more as a team. I see more solo plays coming out, and then all of a sudden they just try to shoot on the net after their first player leaves. Like, they need to pass it out to the midfield more, make the defense of the Hornets more awkward, go for the physical gameplay just to get the Hornets out of the net, because they will block, but you need to make sure you keep control of the ball.
Sad again, they definitely. Underway in just a minute here as Bobby once again, so it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a great series, and I'm excited. I know a lot of people out there are excited. We'll have a lot more action to go. We'll only continue Game 3 here, potential for a sweep. As we're gonna say, get a sub-change here. Kessler coming in for the Goliaths, so they actually now bring in their captain. It's Shirky with Kessler. So, make a sub change. Not too crazy to see there from the Goliaths, especially with how badly the last two games went for them. Now maybe with a little bit of a turnaround, this can maybe change something. So often sub changes aren't going to change, how a team plays, but more so just like the mentality that they come into the next game with. And now that they have their captain in for Geriatric Goliaths Blue, maybe that's enough of a shake-up to reset the series for them and put themselves on the right path.
Indeed, but we see Boy switch cars to the Octane, trying to get past the defense, and Fathom puts a shot on his own net. Aries is there, pushed it in, and they're in the lead for the second game of this series, I believe.
Yeah, they scored first in Game 1. Since then, they have had very little good to talk about, but this is something positive here for Geriatric Goliaths Blue. In comes Aries, a goal early on, 12 seconds in. That's the kind of start you want for a game like this, especially with how bad the series has gone. That's the kind of start that this team needs. They need something to get that confidence back underway and to get themselves to feel like, hey, this is a series that they can actually win.
Indeed, Sporty. Fathom just taking the ball away, trying to get it back to his team, but Aries goes full field, but Clarky just able to put it back on the half of the Goliaths. Fast with the challenge in the corner, tries to put it center for his team, and Clarky's waiting on as third, and Aries able to put it to the corner as Fathom pitches it off. Kessler clears it away. Aries up, beats one, but it's awkward, and Kessler beats out another defender. Clarky trying to get it past Boy and Fathom push a shot on off of a pass from Vast, and it's equalized.
It is equalized, and it has been a lot of demos. Some Clarky. Didn't mention too much about him last game, but he has been headhunting ever since the start of Game 2. He is on his rotation, stayed upfield, and just turned around and went for bumps on his rotation outward. Then goes right back into offense. It's a much shorter rotation from Clarky. That's why he's been so aggressively minded on this entire series, because he's never really wanted to go back onto defense. But it's been working. He's been getting demos. He's been making life miserable for Geriatric Goliaths Blue. And Aura Hornets are getting better chances because of it. It's annoying here for the Goliaths to deal with them, and knowing that it is, the Hornets just continue to do it, and they continue to find small openings that continue to allow them to keep profits, to keep pushing in opportunities, and to, well, keep scoring.
Indeed, Sporty. Kessler with a whiff. Fathom puts a shot wide, but Aries almost puts it back center for the Hornets. Kessler trying to get past Clarky, gets it past one, but Fast is there instead. Boy with a clear. Kessler goes for a redirect and scores, takes the lead.
A huge lead, a huge goal for GGB is Boy Killer and Kessler taking advantage of an Aura Hornets misrotation, and that's the risk you take when you have a player who is players staying upfield. It's that quick rotation, that quick pass down the field that can break things down. The Goliaths have had a full reset this game, and it has made a world of a difference for them. No longer do they feel like a team that's stuck on defense. It feels like now they've got new life in them, and at a perfect time too, when the series is nearing what could have been their end.
Indeed, Sporty. Clarky up, tries to put a center for his teammate. Boy already up, beats out Phantom. Fast turns up to Phantom, but Phantom just leaves it for Fast, but it's wide, and Aries clears it down the field. Clarky up, Kessler beats him over to Aries. Aries pops it over to the corner, beats out Fast, gets demoed, and Fathom clears it down the field. Boy fakes it into the air, but Fathom takes the ball away, has full possession of the ball, goes for the center field, and Aries with a good save. Fast tries to pinch it past Aries, but Aries is just expecting that. Clarky up, tries to put his center for his team. No one's there though. Tries to do it all himself, but Phantom able to clear it up and equalize it once again.
And just look at the effort from Clarky. He keeps pushing, keeps asking those questions, and the Goliaths just can't seem to bring answers to every single one he brings here. And Clarky, as he continues to work tirelessly to get these goals, the Goliaths have got to find a way to shut him down. Because right now, really, realistically, Clarky's the major issue right now for them. This Hornets team is relying on him to get plays, to set things up. It doesn't really feel like there's anybody else on this roster that can do that out of the Hornets. And so unless the Goliaths can find a way to, have Clarky not have nearly as much of an impact as he had before, they're going to have a tough time dealing with him, because he has been, again, incredibly successful in just getting plays to go upfield, getting offense to work, getting his team chances in front of the nets. And, well, for Geriatric Goliaths Blue, it's going to be a series, I think, more so relying on how do you stop Clarky rather than how do you stop the Hornets.
Indeed, Sporty. Clarky has been that MVP of this match, and if Goliaths are able to shut down Clarky, they will be able to take at least this game from them, if not multiple. As we see a shot from Aries, but slightly goes over. We're still on the Hornets half. Fast able to clear past Kessler, and now we're on the Goliath side of the field. Boy misses the ball. Kessler has to get a touch on it, and he does to the corner. Fathom puts it center for Clarky, but Aries with the beat. Kessler gets beat out by Fast. Only one person left on defense, and Fast able to try to put it center, and Clarky goes for the double, but doesn't get it, and Fathom tries to put his back center. Boy clears it, and Clarky takes control over to Fathom. Fathom misses the ball, and Aries takes control in his own corner.
Yeah, it's just control right now for the Goliaths as they look to slow this game down, slow everything down about it. I think they're just trying to wait for overtime at this point, because I think they can trust themselves better in overtime. Whatever it is that they're doing here, they just want to make sure they don't give up a goal late, as this Aura Hornets team has been keeping them back for quite a while here. But Kessler's going to get the clear. Stopped by Forever Clarky. Now the last one back is Boy Killer. Dunked by Clarky, but that goes wide. Aries bumped out of the way. Can he keep up with it? He will, and Fast not even challenging. He's completely beat. Aries with open room. 10 seconds to go. Clarky's going to clear it out, and the Hornets will get out of defense, get out of trouble, potentially get out of Game 3 regulation. Geriatric Goliaths, one more chance. Pass to Aries, but not connected. And it's overtime in Game 3. If the Hornets score next, they take the series. If the Goliaths do it, then this match continues, and we'll see you in Game 4.
Indeed, Sporty. Goliaths need to score here in overtime. In the first overtime of the series as well. But Clarky back on the ball. This is not who we want to see on the ball if you are a Goliaths fan. But Boy able to clear it down the field. Misses the ball, but Fast able to clear it down the field. And Aries back on the ball, puts it center for his teammate, but good save from Clarky. And Fathom puts it off the sidewall. Aries tries to get it past Fast, but Fast able to clear it. Boy gets beat out by Fast. Kessler puts it off the corner. Aries with a good clear. Clarky's waiting all the way back. Tries to get it past Kessler. And no one's back on the side of Hornets. Everyone panics on the Hornets defense, but Clarky is able to get back in time. Boy beats out Phantom. Clarky back on the ball. Tries to get control of the ball. This is it, but Kessler takes control instead. Fast goes for a B, and he clears it down the field. Boy there waiting. Has no boost in the tank, so he leaves it for Aries. Aries puts it off the backboard. Kessler puts it back center. Goes back up for himself, and Clarky clears it to the sidewall. Boy continues the offensive pressure for Goliaths, but two defenders of Hornets go for it, and Kessler begs it back. We're still on the Hornets side of the field in this overtime, but finally Hornets gets it out of the half and take control.
That's the Goliaths who had opportunities there, but it felt like every single one of them had a player waiting on the other side that could just meet them up to the challenge. They just couldn't get a free shot. They couldn't get a free play, and they won't get a goal because of it. Now goes Vast. The 50-50 stays away. Aries can challenge, but Clarky's going to be there faster. Gets around one. Phantom to the back wall. This is a bounce in front. Oh, he couldn't get around it. Boy Killer will clear. Goliaths will get out of that one. Now another chance on. Kessler's got the save. Aries will keep it up high. Phantom is beat, but Clarky will hold this. Leaves it now as Vast. Actually, a bit of a delayed challenge in front for Kessler. Aries back past the Boy Killer. Dunked by Clarky. Aries got to get back. Time there. He will get the save, and it is going to be in the midfield again. Clarky to end it. Kessler's got the stop. Chance after chance. The Hornets are picking up steam, but the shots have not been good enough. Vast now. One pop in. Kessler's got the block, and it will be in the midfield again. Kessler stopped by Clarky as he gets up to that challenge. Phantom holds it. Aries with a dunk. Off the back wall, it's in front. Awkward play. Phantom saves his team as he gets just enough on it. And the Goliaths still without any free shots. There's been no free chances this game for either side. There's been many half chances. And it feels like eventually one of those chances is going to tiptoe through and find the nets.
Indeed, Sporty. And we see a lot of offense from both sides now. Earlier this game, Goliaths could have took it, and they just weren't able to. And now they start off their offense once again. This is not what we want to see if you're a Goliaths fan. Boy clears it down. Clarky's awkward, and it's in. Boy Killer able just to bang the ball down the field past everyone on the Hornets side. Clarky's awkward, tries to jump up backwards, and it just falls into the net. To end game number 3.
And the true tragedy there for Clark is if he just waits, if he half flips out of the way, waits a little bit, that ball bounced in front of the net. He would have had an easy save had he just gone back to goal there, but he caught himself in a bad position, couldn't get himself turned around, and it is game 3. The Goliaths stay in the series, and it is a continuation of our last match of the evening here, Lepid. So, an answer from the Goliaths. Again, it felt like that reset was all they needed, and they absolutely used it well. It was a long overtime, but they got the job done. This series continues, and the Goliaths would love to see this series go to Game 5, have it be the second Game 5 on the stream today.
Yeah, but Hornets are going to try to shut you out in this game if you are a Goliath, and that just shows that they will keep up the pressure. They were able to stop the Hornets' offensive pressure in the overtime, but we start off early in the blue half. Aries able to clear it as far as Vast. Fast takes it off the backboard, goes for a double, and good save from Kessler. Aries clears it past one. Clarky, last man back, gets it over Aries, goes for the ball again, tries to get past Boy, but Phantom on the ball. Kessler has to save it, and he does. Boy takes control, gets beat out by Vast, and Aries is awkward. Phantom clears it off the corner. Aries puts it center. Clarky, first one up for the ball, beats out Boy, and it's a shot on for Phantom. Good assist from Clarky, and Hornets are up by 1.
You said as well, it's the huge start for Phantom as he gets right through Kessler on the early challenge. And this Oralis GG side, a very new org, and a very, very new position to be in. Important for them to get themselves off to a good start. They've just done that. Now they had another one. And things have turned back the other way. You know, I was thinking maybe this would be a different kind of series, but it's not. Vast with the little play in front. Vast with the goal. And it's another goal back in for this Aura Hornets side.
Indeed. And Goliaths had to figure something out just to defend against that mechanical pressure from the team of the Hornets, but now we're seeing a little bit of offensive pressure from the Goliaths. And Boy with a shot and a bump in the net from Ares gives them the first goal in this game.
It is, and I like that Ares goes immediately after Forever Clarky too. Doesn't leave offense, doesn't leave the Hornets with the ability to make a defensive stop. Because he knows this team, if they aren't going to get up to the challenge, they're going to wait in net, they're going to take those shots against them. Like it's a thoughtful offense here for Geriatric Goliaths Blue, and it's one that is taking the proactive stance rather than the reactive one. Good thing too, because this Aura Hornets team is a tough team to beat. Like Goliaths, they're going to have to think of something. They're going to think of some pretty creative things to do on offense if they want to beat them here. That pass might be one, but it's hit off the bar. Clarky's going to keep it away. And the Hornets will collect this one as fast. Goal, but it's off the sidewall. Clarky, big clear away. Phantom, will he be there? Does get the bump on Kessler, but Geriatric Goliaths Blue, infield pass. Now it's Boy Killer. Clarky, long touch. Kessler's waiting for it, but he doesn't read this. The Hornets off the back wall. Clarky keeps it away. Phantom with a shot, but that's gone high. The Hornets were so close to another goal added, but tough angles, tough opportunities, and they haven't scored a third goal just yet.
And the Hornets continue their pressure, but the Goliaths are just waiting for any mistakes on the side of the Hornets, but Goliaths able to continue the pressure on, tries to put it center. Boy gets bumped off the corner. Everyone on the defense of Hornets is panicking. This is the chance for Goliaths that they want to see, but now they just weren't able to continue it, and Phantom able to clear it as far as Kessler. Kessler gets it as far as Clarky on the backboard, and he bangs it down the field. Boy gets bumped off the ball by Clarky, and Kessler continues the pressure. Phantom clears it down a long ways, and Boy gets it past Fast, who's pre-jumps it. Kessler puts it off the backboard. Double commit again from the Hornets defense. Fathom clears, passes it over to Vast, and Ares just waiting on defense. Clarky begs it past Ares, who pre-jumps him, but Boy Killer is just bringing the ball down the field. Pass fast, past Phantom. Clarky's last man back, able to get a touch, and Phantom is able to get a touch there. Ares 50s with Fast, and Phantom back on the ball.
And what we're seeing right now at lepid right now is it's a very, very passive style from the Hornets. It feels like as if they're playing not to lose rather than to win. They have a 1-goal lead. I mean, there's a reason why they're sitting back this far, but I think a lot of it, they're just trying to clear the ball away, get saves. I don't think they want to play offense anymore. I think this is just a fully defensive consideration here from the Hornets. I think this is a huge risk from them to play this far back, and yet they're doing it, and it's obviously having some success as those shots just go wide. That was their chance, and the Hornets are already retreating. Clarky, a little pot shot, but no work there. And again, this Hornets team, one after the other, just not taking risks, not pushing themselves up high. This is a very, again, passive style for the Hornets. I'm not a big fan of that because they're only up by 1 goal. This is not really an easy place to do that, but I can understand why. They just want to play good defense. That's all they need to do, and they're really taking that to an extreme by sitting back as far as they are.
Indeed, Sporty, but it might not work as fast as the last man back here has to get a save, and he does. Ares up first, but Fast is there waiting for Ares' touch off the backboard. Boy trying to put it center. Clarky takes control of the ball, gets it past Kessler, and he continues the offense, but Ares leaves it for Kessler, and Phantom gets a demo. Fast puts it off the sidewall. Ares takes control of the ball, air dribbles it down the field, and Vast with a good save. 5 seconds left. The Goliaths had to score here in order to tie it up. Phantom keeps it up. Clarky gets it over 1, tries to get it down. Kessler keeps it up for his team, Ares, and that's down. Hornets take this series 3-1.
It came down to a last-second save as well, but the Hornets have been the better of the two teams, came into this match as the favorites will leave taking their victory. A big win here for the Hornets. They were definitely deserving of it, considering how well they played in this match. It was a hard-fought series as well here, Lepid. But we saw the Hornets. They came in with a good play on offense, a good aggressive play on offense. And we got to see from it as well. We got to see them play the way they want to, have the game that they want to. And, again, absolutely a good performance from them. They definitely were asking for a win, and they got it too. And I mean, with the way they're playing, it's a good performance. It really is.
Indeed, Sporty. That was really well played from the Hornets. Goliaths, unfortunate ending there. They could have just scored in the last few seconds there, but great save on the defense for able to block any shots from coming in for the Hornets, taking that series. And can't wait for next week from both of these teams.
Big moments is, for sure. See all of, this end up going the way that they want. Well, we're gonna get the Hornets in for a little interview. Gonna be a fun little time, but it's the end of our match here. Before we go and take this interview, Lepid, I know you got another match coming up later tonight. Talk to me, and talk to everybody who's watching about the match that you'll be streaming later this evening.
So it's between Starlight and Golden Hour Eclipse in the Phoenix Cup, and oops, my bad. Golden Hour Esports Sunrise. Both teams, from what I know, are very solid. Starlight is more so offensive, and I don't know much about Sunrise, but I expect it to be a very close series.
We're gonna get everybody in here. We're gonna make sure everybody gets to at least answer some questions. So welcome in to the lobby here. Hornets, Vasts, Phantom, Forever Clarky, and Manager Azanon. Welcome in. Congratulations on your win. The new Oralis GG org jumping in to ATS. And this org, very young, already with a win under its belt. How are you feeling, Vast? I know this has got to be a good moment for you.
I'm feeling pretty good, Yeah, I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm just proud of my team, I just want to thank them. Because without them, we wouldn't have gotten the dub, because all the team effort.
Hopefully Lepid hasn't fallen asleep on us.
I have it. So what was that game number 3 like? Like what happened, Arky, where you pre-jumped it and could have just let the ball like fall and catch it? Like, did you just think?
Oh, do we have to talk about this one?
That's
crazy,
Clarky,
bro.
he's had such a good series, and the one thing Lepid's like, no, what about your one big mistake in game?
Yeah, like
How are we going to
question
fix
about.
that from happening in the future? In any future
Well,
matches?
my hands are
Lepid is a
pretty
coach.
cold, so maybe just warm up.
Clarky, it's ping. Just say it's ping.
yeah, ping difference, of course.
You guys don't know Clark, he's EU, so he does have a
Yeah,
ping difference.
me and
but-
him both.
It's also 2:30 a.m. So
Yeah, it is late.
No,
for
it's
Clark.
2:42. 2:42.
well, no, it was probably around 2:30 when that happened.
Alright. Nice.
Clarky, if it also helps you out here, Lepid's also a coach, so one thing he focuses on is how do you make it better. But of course, no. But Lepid's all good. He's a great coach. Everybody, go support Lepid's coaching career. Here as we'll keep this going with Phantom here, and Clarky, I'll give you a better question. We'll Phantom, you'll get the next one from Lepid.
Oh, great.
Clarky, since you were so against that last question, you were here with this team 2 seasons ago, when they were known as the Hornets back in the Ascension Cup. Since then, you guys now moved up a division to the Catalyst Cup, which was at that point known as the Apex Cup, and now obviously known as the Catalyst Cup. What's it like, having a season off, coming back in, noticing that, this league is a lot bigger now than it was before, and also noticing that this competition's a lot newer, very different. It's new, a lot of new teams this season, a lot of different teams, and for you guys, you haven't changed that much since 2 seasons ago. You took a season off, came back in. Talk to me about what it was like kind of taking that season off, regrouping as a team, coming into this new season, and having to take on new competition.
I can't lie, I don't really focus on that. I just turn up and play. So I have not heard of any of these changes or anything. I just play the games. So
At least you're honest about it.
All right, Phantom. So, how did you feel through that whole entire series? Like, what do you think you could um do better in that series? And
Not lag out like
It's
24
fair.
times a game.
That's never going to change, mate.
Bro, I need to get
Your
back up
internet
on my
is...
PC. I honestly do. I'm sitting here on a release day PS4 that like freeze frames randomly trail games, which also causes me to overcommit if I'm trying to challenge for a ball. So, um, yeah, I just tried sticking to rotations though, cutting rotations when needed, especially if third man's low boost and awkward. Um, but yeah, I'm just like the anchor to the team essentially. I just make sure these guys do what they need to do, and I'm just there to support them.
Feels like that rotation between you and Vasts really is what kind of builds this team up from defense up. We got to talk with Aslan now. Aslan, you got to see this whole series. I know that you're the one who's running this Oralis organization as well. Talk to me about the feeling that it is to have this org, build this org up, jump in, pick up this roster, and to start your season off with a win. Because again, this org's very young. You guys are gonna put yourself on the map. Wins like this are absolutely going to do just that.
Yeah, I'll be 100% honest. This roster fell into my lap. I started this org as like on a whim, and it fell into my lap, and they're insane. Watching this series was awesome.
Happy to hear that from you all. And what a series it was. Before we leave, Lepid, is there anything else you want to ask? You want to say to these players? Anything? Any of them, or any final comments before we get the shoutouts from these?
Y'all played excellent. I can't wait to see any future matches from y'all. Like, y'all have a strong offensive foundation, and I can't see what improves from all of that.
I'd just like to point out as well, this is our very first series as a roster, like this trio here. This is our very first series as a roster.
Yeah, originally we were gonna have sausage, like Precious Sausage, but he had something with his something to do, so we just had to let Phantom come in, sub in, because we don't play with him a lot, so we just had to run some games before he actually jumped in.
You guys looked
and
pretty good.
I'm surprised how we played, because considering this is probably like the first
I'm
time we
not.
played as a whole roster, I feel like that was pretty well.
Hey, congratulations! You guys played very well. A 3-1 series victory here in week 1 of the Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup. Congratulations on your win here, Vasts, Phantom, Forever Clarky, and Azanon. Before we leave, we gotta get some shoutouts here. So let's start with Phantom. Phantom, you have any shoutouts? Anything you want to say? Anybody else there you want to thank?
Shout out to Boss. Me and him go way back. And he's kind of the person that brought me onto this roster. And then shout out to Clarky as well, because he's my twos partner. So I know how to play around Clarky, not so much around Boss. But since Clarky knows how to play around Boss, and I just have to play around Clarky, we just kind of fit. So shout out to the guys, and then shout out to Azen as well for letting us be his roster.
And speaking of Clarky, let's go to Clarky now. Clarky, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I'm just going to shout out you casters for casting the game.
Thank you very
Legends.
much. Hey, you're on the mainstream. That's the fun part. You're on the mainstream, so you guys are gonna be immortalized
That is
in
great.
mainstream history. Yeah, no, first season with this new thing, and we didn't have this back in season 2. We've been growing a lot since you guys have been gone, and you get to now be on the mainstream. You get to watch this match back again on the public VODs. So hey, it's you know what? I'm sure Alice is gonna love this. Here as we'll now go to Azanon or Azan. Do you have anything you want to say here? Here as well. I know that you got to watch this, but you're the manager. You have a lot that you have to do for this team.
Mostly, they kind of do everything themselves. They pretty much do everything. So I don't have too many comments in terms of that. They do everything they gotta. They show up. They win. They're great people.
Well, of course. And do you have any other shoutouts other than that, or is that all?
Shout out, like Clarky said, you guys casting the games. You guys are amazing. Thank you for inviting us to this league. Shout out Owen as well, my co-owner. and everybody I've asked for advice. That's helped a lot. Other than that, not too much.
Hey, I appreciate it as well. Again, I'm happy to have you guys back. I made sure that I sent an invite your guys' way because I was like, hey, this is a good team. I like these guys before. Also, because Cody is your coach. And I think everybody likes Cody, though. So that's
Everyone
not too
loves
surprising.
Cody.
Everyone does.
I was going to say, I think everybody likes Cody.
Cody is my goat.
He hasn't been as active for us this season because we have Kyle now, but shout outs to Cody. He's still a great person. He's helping us behind the scenes whenever we need him to like edit some of the roster forms. He does that sometimes. But while we end things out here, let's go to Vast. Vast, you got to end off this matchup and the stream here for the ATS main stream. Do you have anything else you want to say? Any shoutouts? Any words that you want to mention out there before this stream comes to its close?
You know, I want to shout out you guys, the casters, and Phantom, and also Clarky, just my whole roster in general. And I want to shout out Brizzle as well, because I don't think this whole team would have been a thing if it wasn't for him. Always being supportive, you know, never denied it. And also one of my friends, Carson, you know, he's always telling me to do my best, trying to help me get better as a friend and teammate, you know. So, yeah, that's all I got. Oh yeah, and shout out Cody, because, you know, he's the best.
Congratulations on your win here, Oralis, GG, Aura, Hornets. Congratulations on 3-1 win over Geriatric, Goliaths, Blue. Thanks so much for joining, Clarky, Phantom, Vass, and Azin. Congrats on your win. Have an amazing rest of your nights, and hopefully we'll see you again here on the main stream.
All right.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
See you, man.
Have a good night, man.
Lepid,
Good job, guys.
As Lepid, what a great night it has been here for us here on the main stream while we let the Hornets players go and celebrate their victory. Do you have anything you want to say? Any final words before you got to go and get your stream started?
If you want to come over to my stream later, it will start around 10:25 EST. Tonight we have the Starlight roster versus Golden Hour Esports Sunrise. If you want to see more action, come on over. I'm more than welcoming. So, I thank you so much, Sporty, for coming and casting this match with me.
Well, thank you for actually asking me to stream this one. I didn't know about this match initially, so I thank you for actually getting me involved. And thank you to all of you out there who are watching. It was a blast to have you all join this stream and, you know, enjoy the vlog as well. Thank you all so very much for being supportive. It means a lot to me as well that you all are here and so supportive. For now, have a great night. Take care. Be well. And we'll see you again tomorrow when ATS returns.